to the live crowd to actually do promos. I know they showed up at one point during the show, but they didn't do any mic work. And the plan was to have Dusty Rhodes go out there alongside them, and then they backtrack on those plans. You know what I mean? But Dusty was at Raw and was ready to go. So it was a last-minute change. But, yeah, ZZ Top, I mean, they were horrible. Horrible last. You know what I mean? I'm surprised after that, too, you know, to go to a 3.6 and then, bang, shoot up to a 4.0 after such a horrible show, you know?
That's crazy.
But it was coming off a pay-per-view.
Pay-per-view, yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of title changes, too, which we'll get into, so.
Yeah, no doubt. We got a lot to talk about, so.
Definitely.
Before we get into it, how was the weekend? Do anything special?
Boring weekend. Just did the work, did the pay-per-view on Sunday. Nothing special.
Same here, man. I watched Friday Night Fights on Friday.
Anything good?
No, I don't remember the names, but they were good fights. Well,
nice.
Decent fights. Not anything that you should go out of your way.
Yeah, I just rewatched Gotti Ward 1 and 3 on demand. They've got them all on there since Arturo Gotti passed away. Yeah. I just watched the first and third fights over again. Actually, my brother watched the first one yesterday, too. And, man, those fights are crazy. I swear to God. Those guys were insane.
Brian Forrest, too, dude. Did you hear about that?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, he was murdered?
Yeah, I guess he stopped at a gas station to
carjacking, that's right.
Yeah, pump up a tire or something like that, and two guys.
So what do you think happened? Like they tried to jack him and he just refused or fought back and then they shot him?
Well, there's a story on CNN where his friend said that he would never back down from anything, you know.
Yeah, he's a pro fighter, of course not. Well, would he?
Yeah, so, I mean, probably, you don't want to speculate, but I would say, you know, he probably tried to fight him off, and then they shot him 8 times.
Okay, so I was going to say, so it was definitely a gunshot wound, so damn, Jesus.
Yeah, oh, no.
Why would you fight somebody with a gun? I don't understand, man. I don't get it.
Well, did he know they had a gun, or did he try to fight back and then they pulled out a gun? You know what I mean?
I'm pretty sure if they were carjacking them, they had the gun. You know, they're not just going to stick their head in the window and say, "Give me your car." You know, they got to have have a gun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the whole story, but I mean, crazy. Shot 8 times in the heart and chest. Jeez. You know what I mean? Ouch.
Man,
you know?
There's so many pro athletes and celebrities and
isn't it, dude? It's
crazy stories too. Like Michael Vick, would he get reinstated? And
yeah, he's back. He's would he get reinstated? But they're going to suspend him anywhere. He could play the preseason games, but they're going to suspend him anywhere between 2 and 6 games for the regular season. And then he's got to find a team, and they're saying it's between the New Orleans Saints and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Pittsburgh is also an option, but he'd, of course, I mean...
If he comes down here to Jacksonville, man, that's going to be all over the news. It's going to be a big deal.
Oh, yeah. He'd obviously be a backup QB in Pittsburgh with Roethlisberger there, but...
Roethlisberger might not be playing if the rape thing. Well, what's going on with that?
Well, I think they're going to let him play through that. That'll probably turn out to be bogus. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't followed the story since it first broke.
And then Green Bay, I guess Green Bay's coach came out today and said Brett Favre is not going to sign with the Packers. He doesn't want to come back for the season and then halfway through the season say, oh, man, my body's beat, I can't do this, you know what I mean? So I guess that leaves an option open for Vic there as well, if he wanted to take that or... Yeah, no doubt. So, a weekend on Saturday, I went up to a buddy's house, we had a bonfire, and then, of course, the guy next door. Next thing you know, the guy next door, next thing you know, he's got about 30 people there, and everybody's drinking and...
At the bonfire?
Well, we were at a bonfire, and this guy had a house full of people, and basically yelled over and said, "Get the F over here! What are you doing over there?" So we went over there, and turned out to be a big old house party. And
nice. So you left the bonfire for the house party.
Yes.
That was the right move. It sounds like.
Drank a lot of beer and passed out there, and came home Sunday, and then we had Night of Champions on Sunday night. Yeah, so Saturday was kind of the day off from work. You know what I mean? Not a lot of posts, not a lot going on, and
no, it wasn't.
It's good to take a day off every once in a while. So that's what I did on.
Recharge them batteries.
Recharge them batteries. Get drunk. All right, WZROnline.com/chat. Lots of you guys in the chat. Go to TalkShoe.com, all you guests, and register a username, and we'll shout you out here.
Takes 2 seconds.
Takes 2 seconds, no doubt. We'll shout you out here in hour number 2. Take your live phone calls as well, 724-444-7444. Call ID number is 30273, followed by the pound key. All right, Matt Boone, let's kick this thing off with, how about I'm trying to load it up here. Night of Champions. We'll kick it off with Night of Champions from Sunday night. You didn't see the pay-per-view. None of it?
No, but I know everything that happened, so I'm good.
All right. We
like the first match, we had Chris Jericho and a mystery partner versus Legacy for the unified titles because of Edge's injury. So who was his mystery partner, and how'd that go down?
What a letdown that was, man. With
Jericho.
They built it up nice, you know what I mean, and they teased it, and you know that this had to.
What do you think? Dolph Ziggler would have been better? That's who you thought it was.
Well, or Christian, but you know what?
Christian would have been cool, yeah.
They gave Christian the ECW title, so you know the reason they didn't do that. But you know it was a last-minute decision, as the Big Show was already booked for another match. He was supposed to be in that six-pack challenge, and they replaced him with I think it might have been Dolph Ziggler, to be honest with you. We'll get to that.
Dolph Ziggler was.
Oh no, he was Rey Mysterio. Yeah, you're right. They had a one-on-one match. I'll get to it in a second when we go down here. But
probably Swagger or MVP or somebody. I don't know.
Somebody. But the Big Show. I mean, he was already booked for a match, so it seemed like a last-minute decision where they took him and paired him up with the Big Show, and the match was all right. Or Chris Jericho, my bad. The match was all right. We still champions Chris Jericho and the Big Show. Jericho. They call
themselves Jera Show.
Do they?
I think so. Isn't that what they call themselves? Jera Show.
Jera Show.
I've seen that written all over the internet, like it's a common name already. Jera Show.
Not that I know of, unless I missed something.
Maybe he just said it in a promo or something. I don't know.
Yeah, well, he cut a promo before the match introducing the Big Show, so it could have been there. But if it was, I didn't hear it. But Jericho hit the code breaker, and Big Show locked on that camel clutch that he does, and was able to get the tap out. Cody Rhodes tapped out, and still WWE Unified Tag Team Champions Chris Jericho and the Big Show. We had a backstage segment with CM Punk, and this was good, where he came out and cut a promo and said, you know, it all starts with the parents, or in Jeff Hardy's situation, the parent, because he only had one, or only grew up with one side of the family. His father,
his mom died, or something. Yeah.
Yeah, back in I'm not sure what the story.
It was back when he was a kid, yeah.
Was raised by his father. So he says it starts with the parent, and then the kids go out and they start to lie, and it starts off with a Jeff Hardy T-shirt, and then it leads to smoking a pack of cigarettes, and then that leads to alcohol, and then the alcohol leads to chronic smoking marijuana usage. And then after that, you get addicted to the more serious drugs that are off the street. Is what he. This was good, man. This was an awesome promo, and
the guy that represents drugs won out in the end, right? And so, what kind of message is that?
Yeah, I know. You know. So yeah, I mean, awesome promo, and for a company that's PG. Well, not necessarily PG.
Not on the
now.
pay-per-views. Are they under the PG guys?
Yeah, they've always been for both pay-per-view and live television. I mean, in recent weeks with the bikini matches and just numerous backstage segments, it doesn't seem all that PG. I mean, you still got your PG stuff. Like last night, we saw what was it, Chavo Guerrero and Hornswoggle for
blindfold match.
blindfold, and then we had a tuxedo match the week before, and then there was hands tied behind the back, and then there was wrestle on your knees, Chavo Guerrero. I mean, over and over and over for the
old.
Got old a long time. Got old after the first time they did it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, this is still from back when the Vicky Guerrero storyline was going on. That's where it started, right around there, right?
Yeah, long time ago. Probably a couple months ago, no doubt. Tommy Dreamer, Christian for the ECW title. Could have been better. They were in Philadelphia, so Dreamer was over with the crowd. Chance of EC Dub, old school, but it wasn't an old school. It wasn't the normal Philadelphia crowd. It seemed like a dead crowd from start to finish. I don't know. I mean, during the main event with CM Punk and Jeff Hardy, I mean they popped big for that, but other than that, I don't know. They were just flat. You know what I mean? It was Philadelphia, which is normally a good crowd. So I don't know. I don't know what killed them. It wasn't a terrible pay-per-view, but it wasn't